And the big breaking news that's coming in right now, our reporters on ground tell us that the screening of the BBC documentary has been stalled as of now at the Jamia campus, and this is a direct result of the detentions by the Delhi police. Most of the SFI, the Student Federation of India leaders, have been detained. It was the SFI members, the SFI student union leaders who had in fact organized the screening. So the fact that they've been detained means in all likelihood the screening is not going to happen as planned. Milind Sharma is joining us live from outside the Jamia Millia Islamia. Milind, last few hours we've seen endless chaos. It's all culminating now in perhaps the stalling of the screening. It's not going to happen is what we're hearing.
Well, exactly, Akshita. In fact, we've been covering the entire fracas that happened outside the Jamia Millia Islamia University grounds over the BBC documentary screening, the Narendra Modi question. And right now also, as I show you in visuals, the police deployment continues to be laid in, although it has been reduced significantly from the previous few hours. But what we've been given to understand at this moment is that the documentary that was supposed to be screened by the SFI at 6 p.m. is currently not happening. It's been stalled. And the reason given for that is that the SFI leaders who made the call for organizing this screening have been detained by the Delhi police, and all for raising slogans and protesting right outside the Jamia Millia Islamia gates. Remember that the police used brute force to take these protesting students and representatives of the SFI that had scheduled the screening of the documentary and took them in a police van, detained them. In fact, we've spoken to some members who were holding banners, the group of fraternity who was supporting SFI. They both have said that perhaps it looks like the screening could be stalled at the moment. But there are some members that are still outside, although in visuals, let me show you that situation pretty much calm outside the Jamia Millia Islamia University grounds at the moment. Of course, police remains on standby, but what we've been given to understand is that the screening that was supposed to take place at 6 p.m. has perhaps been stalled momentarily for this time. Akshita.
And the reason for that is also the fact that the administration hasn't given permission right now for this screening. They've said very clearly that we will not allow the screening to happen. Newsbreak coming in on that. Milind, stay with me, as the Jamia Vice Chancellor has now vowed action against any student who goes ahead with the screening. The Jamia VC has claimed that SFI is disturbing the peace on campus and has said categorically we will not allow this behavior. We will take strict action against students for disrupting peace. And this statement from the VC comes amid several of the students being detained when they attempted to make their way in. These people reportedly were the organizers. They wanted to screen the Modi documentary. There will be questions on what grounds really they have been taken into custody. But Milind, the Jamia VC making it clear the screening won't be allowed. That's one factor. However, on what grounds have these detentions by the Delhi police actually happened? That also needs to be answered. Amit Bharadwaj, I understand, is with me. He's tracking the latest on what the administration is saying. Amit, the Jamia VC is saying that there will be no permission granted no matter what for the screening. But how is it that the Delhi police is detaining the students? On what charges?
Well, Akshita, there are two sides of the story. One is that the university administration has not given any permission for screening of any documentary. So the scheduled Modi documentary, the controversial documentary which was supposed to happen at 6 p.m. Was being organized by the Student Federation of India actress, and there was no permission for screening of that documentary as well, which meant that the administration within the university was making sure that any such gathering is not allowed. Outside the university, there was a protest which was called by the SFI itself, because they claimed that 4 of their members, student organization members, were detained by Delhi police in connection to the screening of this particular documentary. And at 4 p.m. SFI had given the call for the protest. Now remember, there's a 26 January security protocol in place. You cannot stage protest on the streets of Delhi till the 26th of January because of security reasons, and if at all there is any such gathering and protest being scheduled, the permission needs to be taken. But Delhi police had deployed heavy security force right outside the Jamia Millia Islamia. In fact, right behind me is one of the Vajra vehicles, the riot handling vehicle, which is stationed on the other end of the Jamia Millia Islamia. And what happened was around 4 p.m. a bunch of students, not more than a dozen of students, had gathered. They started sloganeering, and immediately the Delhi police Jawan swung into action. Many of these students were, detained immediately in the Delhi police bus. A couple of them who had managed to run away, they were also caught and put in the PCR van. In fact, even policemen we saw were in civil uniform, and they detained a specific protester after the entire protest was over. So clearly the detentions which have happened outside the university is to maintain the security protocol which is already in place due to 26th of January.